Senpai here. I'm going to show you guys a tutorial on the SlowBall Demon Hunter, and I know that there are already many videos out there on YouTube showing the SlowBall Demon Hunter. However, I would like to also talk about 2.3 changes and what's going to come of the SlowBall Demon Hunter and future diversity builds of the Demon Hunter itself. So let's get right into it. I'll just step right into the gear right off. I'm running a Crider shot. Fortunately enough, I just found this ancient one just yesterday, and it rolled pretty good. The only thing is that instead of vitality, you'd want to run increased attack speed there, 7%. And then I'm running both restraint and focus. Pretty good stats on both of these. And then gloves, you're just going to want the 6-piece UE standard. You guys already know this. And then the witching hour. Fortunately, I rolled a good witching hour. And finish out your 6-piece UE. And then you want a meticulous bolts. This one's pretty crappy, but instead of increased sentry damage, you're going to want increased elemental damage. Or, elemental arrow damage. And then roll as high as possible on maximum discipline for the UE. Steady strikers or Lacuni prowlers are going to be best in slot here. You're going to want, instead of vitality, you're going to want the elemental damage, lightning, and then dex speed, hands. And then if you have Lacuni prowlers, then you can roll on either movement speed or vitality. And then a good immunity amulet or a hellfire amulet is going to be best in slot here. Either one. The only benefit to having a hellfire is that you can run another passive. I mean, if you wanted to, you could run archery or single out. Those would probably be the other two best besides the 4 that you currently have for greater rifts. So archery or single out, probably single out for the Rift Guardian. But in 2.3, that the Rift Guardian's hit points go down tremendously. So right back into the gear. Show you stats now. You're gonna want a ratio of 1 to 10. I have a little bit high on crit chance, so I could go down a little on crit chance, but that's okay. I'm sitting right at 2 attacks per second, which is good. And then ideally you want elemental damage. I don't have any of my braces or amulet, but ideally you're gonna want that. And then you can have up to 45% of elemental arrow damage. I only have 30 because I don't have any on my quiver. And then my toughness is pretty high because I do have Vit on my Crider shot. If you didn't have Vit, sitting right around 10 to 12 million is plenty for Demon Hunter. You're a glass cannon, so it's not about surviving. And then these are the rest of my stats. Go right into Paragon. You're going to want as much movement speed as it takes, corresponding to your gear, and then dump everything in dex. Offense, you're going to want crit chance, crit damage, attack speed, cooldown reduction. Then you're going to want, for defense, resist all, armor, life. Or you could do armor, resist all, life, doesn't really matter. And then you're going to want, for utility, it doesn't really matter. I would go life on hit first, then area damage, then resource cost reduction, then gold fine. Alright, let's jump right into the skills. You're going to want, on your left click, you're going to want multi-shot fire at will. This just is reduced cost and hatred, so it's nice to have it. You don't have to spam it as much as the fire build. You could run arsenal. The only thing with that is that you're going to waste a spot on your passives, because obviously if you're going arsenal, you're going ballistic passive. You're going to waste a spot on your passives. Not only that, your elemental damage is going to be all lightning. You're not going to gain as much as if you were in the fire build. It's better just to go, I mean, you could go burst fire too for the just for the burst fire itself. But the best passive here is going to be Fire at Will. And then you're going to want to go Elemental Arrow, Ball of Lightning, standard, ticks every time it goes through an enemy. And then you're going to want Companion, Wolf Companion for the extra 30% increased damage when you activate it. Smokescreen, Vanishing Powder. You could go, I go this because it doesn't have any Discipline, and Discipline's where you get all your damage from. You could go Displacement if you are running like 45 to 50. If you're a UE SlowBall, you shouldn't be running 45 to 50 anyways. UE is used for like after 50 Greater Rift, but if you want to, you can go, really any of these are going to be good, but for I mean really any of these are going to be good. Just be mindful of your discipline and full it is, because if you're half on discipline, you're half damaged. So, and you're going to want a Preparation, Invigoration, because you permanently increase your discipline by 15. And it's nice if you ever go down on discipline, it pretty much restores it instantly. And then you're going to have Mark for Death, Contagion. Now, I've also seen people run Vengeance Seethe. And you don't really need it for this build. It's just more damage, but you don't really need it for this build just because you never really run out of hatred, as you're constantly spamming Elemental Arrow, which gives you 3 hatred. Then you're going to run your passives. Again, you're going to have Awareness, Ambush, Pull of the Weak, and Steady Aim. Now, if you have a Hellfire Amulet, like I said before, you can run Single Out or Archery. Both of these are great passives. For the bow, it's increased 8% damage. So if you're running 2.6 million damage already, you're going to be closer to 3. Have this. And then Single Out is great for the Rift Guardian. Like I said in 2.3, they are reducing the hit points of the Rift Guardian tremendously, so it doesn't take nearly as long to kill like a Greater Rift 65 Rift Guardian as it does now. Like right now, it takes 4 to 5 minutes for a good UE Demon Hunter to kill a Rift Guardian. After the patch, it's only going to take 2. So, not as many hit points. So that's the build. That's the gear. I'm pretty much all the way optimized. The only other things is the elemental damage on the strikers and the Lacuni Prowlers and the Amulet, and the increased elemental arrow damage, ridiculous bolts. That's really all I need to optimize. Everything else is pretty much fully optimized. So at this point, before we jump into the rift that I want to show you, we'll just I'll show you a brief what's going to be different with the UE Demon Hunter and just the Demon Hunter in general. So for the changes, we're going to have pretty much 2 possible builds. It's going to be the Fire Demon Hunter and the UE Lightning SlowBall. For speed Greater Rifts or speed T10s, because now we have Torment 7 through Torment 10. For Torment 10 speed rifts, Fire Demon Hunter by far is going to be the best, because now we have a belt, Hunter's something, that gives us 40% increased attack speed on our multi-shot. And then on top of that, we have Fletcher's Pride, which gives us we shoot multi-shot twice after the enemy is below 60% life. So, and then on top of that, the ballistics passive, which is gonna just destroy. You're gonna be hitting for like 2-3 mil on your multi-shot. And then I'm pretty sure, since we're gonna have so much elemental damage on the SlowBall Lightning build 2.3, I'm pretty sure that's going to still trump the Fire build in 2.3 as far as high Greater Rifts, because it's great and all that we have such bursty damage on the Fire build now, but for there's still so many so much hit points on the monsters, the higher greater risks. Like, people are doing like 70 plus in the PTR right now, and there's still crap tons of hit points on those monsters. So the bursty damage just isn't enough on the fire build. So I think we're still going to see the slow ball used a little bit more, because each tick for the slow ball right now, it's like 400 to 500 mil, and 2.2, 2.3, that's going to jump up to like 700-800 mil, maybe even a bill per tick. So so like when I say tick, I'm saying like the tick that goes around and electrocutes the monsters from that ball. So that's going to be like 750 to probably a billion damage DPS on each tick. So at this point, I'm probably going to stick with the slow ball build. The only thing is that people, what you're going to see them do is you're going to see them an ice cube their Crider shot, and then run like the, I forget what it's called, it's the equivalent of the Atreyu, but for the lightning one. You're gonna see them use that, and the meticulous bolts probably run the Thunder God's bigger in the ice cube, and then you're gonna see them run a Convention of Elements, which is going to double your damage, and you're going to see crits of like 2 billion per tick while you're on lightning element. That's the build. I'll run through. Let's see if I have any keys. I want to do 38. I can't do a 60 solo. So, you know, I'm just going to show you guys briefly how it works. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but let me just show you briefly in a 38. Show you how it works. So basically, you're just going to want to land your contagion right off the bat, and then every 5 seconds, you're just going to want to make sure you spam your multi-shot to make sure you get your proc your focus and restraint. That's all there really is to it. In a group, you'll be critting with a Witch Doctor and a Satyr, you'll be critting for 400 or 500 mil. And then, and I forgot to go over the legendary gems that you're going to want to use, but you're going to want to use the stone that gives you an increased percent of damage however far away you are from the enemy. You're going to want to use that, and you're going to want to use Bane of the Trapped, and either Bane of the Powerful, or in 2.3, the seasons, there's going to be Bane of the Stricken, which is going to be nice. Every time you hit an enemy, it increases your damage. You're going to see that a lot too. So as you see, I'm critting for 500 mil on my ticks, the farther away I am from the enemy. So look at this elite right here. Critting 400 mil, 300 mil. And then in groups with a Satyr and a Witch Doctor support, you're going to see 700 mil. It's nice. And I know, again, how I said that I know you guys have already seen this build in action. I just wanted to show you guys the difference between what it's going to look like in 2.2 and 2.3, because it is going to be different. I'm just going to power through this rift if I don't die. I just died in 38. Plow through this rift and show you guys how fast it kills the Rift Guardian. I know it's only a 38, but I just wanted to show you guys how to basically run the build itself. Coming up to the end here. haven't even been activating my wolf, but your wolf gives you an extra 30% damage, so you're gonna see crits go even higher. I don't want to make this video too long for you guys, but I do want to get the point across what's going to be the difference. Overall, my thoughts on the new patch, that it is going to be a nice change pace. You're going to see a lot more diversity in the builds, and I think overall it's going to be good for Diablo. Get a lot of people back in Diablo that were a little skeptical of the route it was going, because you would only see people running one particular build, and that was it. That was cookie cutter. Now you're going to see a couple builds across the board for each class, which is a really, really nice change. And overall, my opinion. Okay, so I'm kind of cheating here, but I want to get this rift over with because I don't want to make the video too long. You'll see the party can go down really quick if I don't die. And just like that. Alright guys, go ahead and thumbs up if you like the video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and check me out on Twitch. Twitch.tv/SimbaIsReal. That is Simba, like the Lion King. Alright guys, catch you later.